Beneath the vast sky, where the eagle soars, and the winds whisper ancient songs, do you feel the weight of your burdens, heavy as stones carried too long? Are you weary, my friend? Your spirit worn thin by battles that stretch across the horizon like endless storms? Do the shadows of fear, loss, or despair cling to you, dimming the light of your hope? Hear this truth, spoken from the heart of the Creator's promise: you are not alone. The one who painted the stars and carved the rivers through the mountains, he stands beside you. His strength is unyielding as the ancient peaks. The struggles you face, grief that cuts like a winter wind, worries that pile like dry leaves, fears that howl like wolves in the night, were never meant to be carried by your hands alone. The Creator, the Great Spirit who breathes life into all things, did not form you to walk the warpath without Him. In the sacred words of the ancient scrolls, Exodus 14 verse 14 speaks like a drumbeat: the Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still. Pause here, under the wide sky. Let the wind carry those words to your heart. He fights. You stand firm. Like a warrior who trusts the strength of the tribe, you are called to rest in the power of the Creator's promise. This is the way of peace. This is the way of victory. The trail of life is not always smooth. Sometimes it twists through dark valleys, where the thorns of hardship tear at your spirit. Sometimes the storms gather, and the rain falls so hard, you cannot see the path ahead. Perhaps you stand there now, your feet heavy with the mud of worry, your heart pounding with the weight of battles too big to fight alone. The burdens pile high, debts that choke like smoke, relationships broken like shattered pottery, fears that stalk like shadows at dusk. But listen, my friend, to the wisdom of the old stories, carried on the breath of the ancestors. In the sacred book of 2 Chronicles 20, we hear of a leader named Jehoshaphat, a man whose people faced an enemy as vast as a herd of buffalo thundering across the plains. Their hearts trembled. Their courage faltered. For the odds seemed as impossible as counting the stars. Yet Jehoshaphat did not turn to his own strength. He did not rely on the sharpness of his spear or the speed of his horse. Instead, he lifted his eyes to the Creator and sought the guidance of the Great Spirit. And the Creator answered, His voice like thunder rolling through the mountains: do not be afraid or discouraged because of this vast army. For the battle is not yours, but God's. 2 Chronicles 20 verse 15. Do you hear the power in those words? The battle is not yours. The Creator, who shaped the earth and set the sun on its course, claims your struggles as His own. You may feel surrounded by debts that loom like dark cliffs, by pain that stings like nettles, by doubts that whisper like cold winds. But you are also surrounded by the presence of the one who holds the world in His hands. The same Spirit who parted the great waters, who guarded Daniel in the den of lions, who felled giants with a shepherd's stone, He is with you, fighting for you. His love, as steady as the heartbeat of the earth. Take a moment now. Feel the ground beneath you, solid and sure. Feel the breath in your lungs, a gift from the Creator's own breath. You are not alone on this path. The Great Spirit walks with you, His strength as vast as the sky, His love as deep as the roots of the oldest tree. In the way of our people, words carry the power of life. They are like seeds, planted in fertile soil, growing into strength and hope. The Creator's words are sacred, unbreakable, like the stones that mark the ancient trails. Let us speak these promises now, letting them rise like smoke from a sacred fire, carrying our prayers to the heavens. Say them aloud. Let them weave into your spirit. Let them become the shield and spear of your heart. The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still. Exodus 14 verse 14. Do not be afraid of them. The Lord your God Himself will fight for you. Deuteronomy 3 verse 22. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 54 verse 17. If God is for us, Who can be against us? Romans 8 verse 31, the righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. Psalm 34 verse 17, 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. Psalm 91 verse 7, for the Lord your God is the one who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, to give you victory. Deuteronomy 20 verse 4, these are not mere words, my friend. They are the Creator's breath, His promise, His power. They are the fire that warms you in the cold, the water that quenches your thirst, the song that lifts your spirit when the night is long. Speak them. Believe them. Let them be the rhythm of your heart's drum. Warm, reflective narrator tone, dear friend. When you feel like there's no way out, when the night is heavy and fear creeps in like a cold wind, remember this, you are not alone. The Creator, the one who shaped the heavens and whispered life into your soul, He is still moving. He still delivers. He still fights for the hearts that trust in Him. Let these stories speak to you not as old legends, but as living truths that still breathe life into weary hearts today. 1. Moses and the path through the sea. They were trapped with the roaring sea in front of them and a furious army at their back. The Israelites were terrified, convinced their journey had come to a dead end. But God said through Moses, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. Exodus 14 verse 13, then, the impossible happened. The waters parted. Dry ground appeared. God made a way where there was no way. Prayer whisper, Lord, when I cannot see the way forward, part the seas of my life. Calm my fears and teach me to stand still in your presence, trusting that you will lead me through. 2. David and the unbeatable giant. While soldiers stood paralyzed in fear, a young shepherd stepped forward with nothing but a sling and a heart full of faith. David faced a giant named Goliath, armed only with trust in the Almighty. You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty. 1 Samuel 17 verse 45, and with one stone the giant fell, not because of might, but because of faith. Prayer whisper, Father, give me the courage of David when giants rise in my life. Remind me that faith in you is stronger than any weapon in this world. 3. Daniel and the shut mouths of lions. For staying faithful in prayer, Daniel was thrown into a den of lions. But that night, in the darkness, God sent an angel, and the lions' mouths were shut. My God sent His angel, and He shut the mouths of the lions. Daniel 6 verse 22, His obedience became His shield, and His faith brought deliverance. Prayer whisper, Lord, when I feel surrounded by threats and injustice, defend me. Cover me with your peace, like you did for Daniel. Let me never stop praying, even when the world tries to silence me. 4. The greatest victory on Calvary. On a hill called Calvary, the greatest battle of all was fought. Jesus, the Son of the Creator, faced sin, shame, and death itself, and He won. It is finished. John 19 verse 30, 3 days later, the grave stood empty. Victory is not a distant hope, it is a living promise. Because He rose, you are free. Free from condemnation. Free from fear. Free to begin again. Prayer whisper, Jesus, thank you for winning the battle I could never fight. Because of the cross, I am no longer a prisoner to my past. Teach me to live from victory, not for it. Do you see it now? Whether it's a stormy sea, a towering giant, a pit of lions, or a cross on a hill, God has always made a way. And He still will. Let these stories settle in your heart. Like holy fire. Let the Spirit whisper, I did it for them. And I will do it for you. What burdens are you carrying today, my friend? What shadows stretch across the trail beneath your feet? Is your heart heavy from a marriage pulled tight, like a bowstring about to snap? Do your hands tremble beneath the weight of debt, piling like stones too heavy to lift? Is your mind racing with worries like a river swollen from spring rains? Does regret cling to you like dust that no washing can remove? The Creator sees you. He knows the weight of every tear, the ache behind every wound. And right now, He speaks to you in a voice soft as wind whispering through the pine trees, this battle is mine. You were never meant to carve the path alone. It's not your burden to force the river to shift its course. Your task is to trust. To stand firm like the oak that bends in the storm, but never breaks. The sacred words remind us, cast your cares on the Lord, and He will sustain you. Psalm 55 verse 22, lay your burdens down as you would lay an offering before a sacred fire. Release your fear. Let go of your doubt. Surrender your pain. The Creator is your warrior, your protector, your guide. He fights for you with love as fierce as the sun and as steady as the stars. But here's a hard truth, friend. The hardest part of faith isn't hearing God's voice. It's waiting when He seems silent. There are days you'll pray and hear nothing. Nights you'll cry and it feels like your words vanish into the stillness. But hear this, silence is not absence. The Creator is still near, like sunlight behind a thick cloud, like waters flowing deep beneath frozen ground. Real faith doesn't wait for sight. Real faith steps forward even in the fog. Abraham left home, not knowing where he was going. Peter stepped onto the water even while the storm raged. There will be seasons when your only job is to be still. When everything in you screams to move. Moments when you're called to let go even when your mind wants control. But the Creator isn't asking you to be perfect. He's asking you to trust, commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, and He will act. Psalm 37 verse 5, like a tree that knows its roots run deep. You too can rest in the arms of the One who holds all things. Even if you don't yet see the harvest, He is already working in the hidden soil of your life. Prayer whisper, Lord, I don't understand everything that's happening, but I know You're holding me. Help me release what I can't control and hold tight to Your promises. Teach me to stand firm in faith like a tree standing tall in the storm. I believe this battle is Yours, and You will fight for me. Let faith become your breath with each sunrise. Not in panic, not in fear, but with quiet, steady trust like a child leaning into the arms of a loving Father. You don't have to know all the answers. You only need to know the One who holds your story. There is a sacred strength in stillness, not in giving up, but in laying down your weapons so the Creator can raise His. Stillness is not the absence of action, it is the presence of trust. It is the quiet space in the middle of the storm, where your soul finds shelter, beneath the wings of the Almighty. Let this be your moment of stillness. Set aside the striving. Let go of the worry. Let your soul return to the place where peace flows like a river, and healing rains fall soft upon dry ground. Say it out loud from the depths of your heart, be still, and know that I am God. Psalm 46 verse 10, picture this. You're standing beside a quiet stream. Its waters gently dancing over ancient stones. There is no noise of the world, only birdsong, wind in the trees, and the steady rhythm of your heartbeat in the hush. It is here, in this sacred quiet, that healing begins. Stillness isn't empty. It's where God fills you. He doesn't need you to perform. He doesn't ask for perfect prayers. He simply wants you to be present and still. In a world that demands answers, movement, and noise, the Creator invites you into something far more powerful, a holy silence, where He tends to your unseen wounds and speaks love to the places you've forgotten. Prayer whisper, Lord, I come not to ask for anything, but to sit in your presence and be still. I lay down the noise, the tension, the voice in me that never rests. Heal my heart with the quiet of your Spirit. Let my soul rest in your embrace. I don't need to understand it all, I only need to know that you are God. Let your soul settle, like twilight over a sacred forest. Let every breath become a prayer. And remember this: it's in the stillness that God does His deepest work. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Psalm 46 verse 1, He is healing you not through thunder, but through tenderness. Not in the rush, but in the wait. Be still and trust. Close your eyes, dear friend. Take a deep breath in and release. Let everything fade away, the noise, the pressure, the doubts. Now picture this: you are standing on a mountaintop at dawn. The sky is just beginning to blush with morning light. Mist curls gently around the trees below, and the air is crisp, filled with peace. You feel the warmth of His presence upon your skin, not like the burning sun, but like a gentle fire that awakens and restores. You are not alone on this mountain. The Creator is here. His voice speaks, not loud, but certain. Not forced, but full of strength. The battle is mine. You are mine. Be still, and in that sacred silence, your heart answers softly, but surely, I trust you. Let your spirit linger here a moment longer. Breathe deeply. Let every inhale be filled with grace. Let every exhale release what was never yours to carry. Let go of the outcome. Let go of the need to understand. Let go of the fear that tries to rise up again. This is a holy place. A place where battles end not because they've disappeared, but because you are no longer fighting them alone. Final prayer, Creator of my soul. Thank you for climbing this mountain with me. Thank you for reminding me that I am not alone, that my battles are not mine to bear alone. In stillness, I find you. In surrender, I discover your strength. In silence, I hear your love. Today, I choose to trust not because I see the way, but because I know the one who walks it with me. Fight for me, Lord, and teach me to rest in your victory. Amen. Final blessing, may you walk forward today with peace like a river in your chest, with stillness as your strength, and with the fire of the Creator's love burning steady in your heart. You are not alone. You are held. You are loved. And the battle is His. If today's message stirred something in your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who's fighting their own battle. Drop your prayer in the comments below. This is our altar, a sacred ground where warriors lift up one another. Subscribe and return daily. Let this be your prayer tent, your refuge, your reminder. You are never fighting alone. Together, we declare, backhand index pointing right, God fights for me. The Lord is a warrior. The Lord is His name. Exodus 15 verse 3. Walk boldly. Stand firm on His promises. Be still in spirit but unshakable in faith. The Creator fights for you, and He has never lost a battle. Final declaration. Sparkles, I am a warrior of the Creator. I stand firm in the fight, because God fights for me. Fire, amen. Raising hands.